getting to you a little bit later than what I planned. I'm about 3.5 in, about 50 minutes I guess I've been walking for. This morning was cold. I had a couple of news today. So I woke up in the middle of the night and it was a bit too cold, so I ended up closing my tent flaps down, and then a new condensation was building up inside. That was there, and I thought, great, here we go. Took all that effort to dry that tent out. That's just a game I'm going to play every day, I think. So dry it out, have it soaked to pack down in the morning. Well, when I woke up at 5 this morning, it was cold. I did not want to move at 5 in the morning. Oh, that was nuts. I checked the thermometer on my pack. I have this little digital one that tells me what's going on. And it's 5 degrees. No, that's 5. That's alright. It feels cold, but 5's alright. And then, so it's okay, we'll get going. I started to go through everything that we normally do in the morning. My clothes at the bottom of the tent were freezing cold. That's the ones I wear every day. They stink like there's no tomorrow. I might just bury them when I get home. They're horrible, and they were cold. So the challenge today, probably the biggest challenge for today, was to get out of nice, warm, clean smelling clothes that I sleep in and change into cold, rank clothes. That was a challenge this morning. But when I got outside, I noticed all the dew and everything on my tent was starting to crystallize. So hang on. I then checked the temperature and it was 0, because my pack was now outside, leaning against a tree next to my tent, and it said 0. So there's a 5 degree difference from inside the tent to outside. So I started to pack things down, but it was pretty cold. So I had a hot chocolate left over from yesterday, because I didn't have my coffee and hot chocolate in the morning yesterday like I normally did, because I just got going. Packed up and I went. I had my coffee when I got to camp yesterday afternoon, so I had hot chocolate left, and I thought, fine, let's get that going. We'll have at least have a nice warm hot chocolate, just to get us moving. So I did that, and in the preceding time it took to do that, the whole tent froze, and it was a -1. So one of the firsts I have is not a frozen tent. I've camped before and had frozen tents, that's fine. A first for me is getting the condensation off the inside of my tent when it's now frozen. That's a little thing. I think I prefer to get frozen condensation off than I do the wet stuff. It was a lot easier. So it only required one. You can't wring out the rag. The rag was my towel that I use for all these purposes was already stiff because I had it hanging in the tree drying. It was already stiff. I had to scrunch it up a fair bit to get it to be pliable. And then after wiping down the inside of the tent, it was just it was just a ball of ice. So at that point in time, I'd packed most of my stuff up. I was good to go. So I had my coffee then in the morning. Today's coffee, I had it because I just wanted something warm to put my hands around. And we just stood there and we watched the tent slowly turn white. So that was fun. So I got it packed up. Sorry, I'm going to swap hands because this arm's getting freaking tired. Moving over, and probably it's better this side because the sun will be behind you now instead of in your face, and you're probably just seeing sunspots for the last 15 minutes. So we packed that up, that's fine. I believe it'll be wet when we get to camp because the outside still had ice on it that I couldn't get off because I just couldn't rub it off. It was like Teflon, just ran right over the top of it. So that'll melt during the day, and I will have a wet tent. The ground sheet will be the same. The ground sheet was it's a polyfill material, so it's super lightweight, and really it's not there to do anything other than stop the bottom of the tent getting all muddy and messed up, and then having to pack that into its bag, just muddying the whole tent. So that's what it's for. It's to take the hit of whatever I'm putting my tent on, and it does take the hit. This is its second trip. I noticed it's got a small tear in it this morning, so just on the corner, so it's not in the middle, which would be a bit worrying. It's on the corner, so that's not a big deal, but it's doing the job. And it was a bit it was a bit icy and stiff this morning as well, so it's now packed up on top of the pack, and it'll defrost during the day and be nice and wet when I get there as well. So I got my buff on. A little while ago I had my buff up over, and all you could see with my eyes was that friggin' cold. I just have my puffy on. If I didn't love my mid layer so much and love sleeping in it, I would have that on here right now. But of course the shirt that's under here stinks like there's no tomorrow, and I don't want that to get on my lovely merino mid layer, which I'm absolutely adoring on this trip. I want to keep that nice and clean smelling for sleeping in. So the puffy takes a hit, but the puffy is my hiking puffy, so it always takes the hit and always gets itself a nice down wash when it gets home. So that was this morning. We got moving, we got going. All the campers who were noisy till 12:30 last night are all hunkered down, having a nice sleep right now. I should have walked along and bashed on the side of their caravans as I went past. They were bloody noisy, that lot. So today, don't know. I have no plans for today actually. I think Henry Angel is the minimum for me today. I mean, I think I'm coming up to the coffee pot now. Good thing about cold mornings is you don't stop. Like, I'm a very stop-start person in the morning. Stop, just this, just that. Have something to, nibble on something. Take a leak on the trail. Anything. Stop, start, stop, start. When it's freezing cold, I've only stopped to pull this thing out today, the GoPro. Otherwise I haven't stopped. I just kept motoring along, and I'm a fair way down now, so we're near 4k's down the trail already. So a weird intersection here. There's two Hume and Hovell posts, which is unusual unless they're got some crazy turns going on. So let's see. Yes, so the morning started well. Like, I'm a fair distance already. If this had been a nice warm morning, I would probably be half of this distance by now with all the fart arsing around I do. But we're going, so we're just rolling into the coffee pot, which if you have a look at the Hume and Hovell's map, the track, it's about I guess it's about 2/3 down the map, and it's this weird little point where you stop heading south west and you just go west for a bit, then you go north for a bit, then you turn and proceed to go southwest again. And that little, I guess, that little dip in the map coming down, that little dip there, that's called the coffee pot. So I'm just rolling into that now. As you come out of the coffee pot and start heading southwest again, that's junction campsite there. That's way too close. It was crazy when I looked at where I was, and I was like, hang on, we're already halfway to junction already this morning, so I will obviously forego that. That was my campsite for today. So like I say, I'm half a day ahead at the moment. So then after that is Henry Angel, which really is only another 10 k's I think further down. Pardon me. Sorry, that's the coffee and the hot chocolate letting me know it's around. Let me see, so what have we got after that? I think that's down into the Menace area, because we're in the Tumbarumba area at the moment, so that'll be Menace, I think, Menace Lake, and then Menace Campsite. So we're going to play it by ear, maybe, let's just see how we go. I'm not going to give you a destination today, because I'm going to have to hold myself to those. So no destination. We're just going to play it by ear. I'm obviously warming up because all my feet were frozen this morning. They were great, I just ploughed along. It was like, oh, brand new feet. Nope. They're now starting to let me know of all their complaints. So I'm definitely warming up. It's 0 right now, I believe. Let me just have a quick look at the thermometer. Oh, it's 5 degrees, it's bloody warm. That's balmy now, 5 degrees. Lovely. Alright, well, let's just see how we go. Alright, enough of my aimless ramblings that seem to be a thing these days. Alright, I'll catch you. See you later. evening all. This is the end of a day 9. It's actually a pretty good day. I think it was just on 30 k's, and it's mainly downhill from Paddy's River Dam to I'm at Henry Angel's trackhead. Majority's downhill. You come off a mountain pretty early. You spend a bit of time descending, following, you know, the ponies effectively. Lots of wild horses up in there. Then once you go through a little bit of pine forest that was burnt out, it's not very long, you hit Junction Creek campsite. That is a very simple, nice little campsite. It'd be a nice little spot to stay. And after that, probably my favourite bit of track on the trail so far, probably about, I guess, 2-3 k's of trail alongside Junction Creek. That was just gorgeous, great fun too. Really enjoyed doing that part of the walk. Then you come into farmland, and Farmer Joe, who's burning every single pile of wood he has, there's, you know, a good 20 fires rolling on his property when I come through. And then you end up here, and everybody's very talkative. Haven't talked to anybody since where it would have been Thomas Boyd. I talked to the young guys just as I was leaving. That was the only talking I did since I started the trail. And yes, all the people here, they're all older people with their caravans touring around, and they're all very chatty. So, all in a nice way. It's been good. So today, getting here, instead of stopping at Junction, which was my original plan when I was first laying out how I was going to do the walk, still puts me half a day ahead. So tomorrow is Menace Lake, Menace Campground, Maru Campground. Maru is where I think I'm going to go. If I go there, that's the half day that I really didn't like in my planning that I was going to have to do. But I take that away and I add it to the half day that I'm ahead now, and it puts me a full day ahead straight away. So it looks like I'll do that. Instead of camping where my food drop is, I will basically just take out what's there, gulp down the things that I put in there which I was supposed to enjoy, and move on. And then from there I'm back set to the campsites that I was going to do, because we'll see. Down the south, you don't have as much room to play like you do here. Up this north end, they've got lots of campgrounds based like half-day ranges. So people who would like, instead of doing the high 20s, early 30s like I do, they want to do the 12 to 15s, then they are set perfectly for that. Down south, there's not as much of that going on, especially the last part going into Albury. There's none of that. You're sort of stuck. So we'll see. My plan is just to hit the campsites from there on in and keep cruising, because I don't think I can make up a day by pushing down that end. So, and I'd be happy with just making up a day. So that might be what we'll do. There are a lot of wasps down here. Had wasps all over the place all day today. So today was a day of blowdowns too, just to let everybody know that probably all the trees I've climbed over on the track so far, I probably did that number just today on this 30-kilometre section. And that's not in the farmer's land, so you take that section out and it's beyond there. So a lot of trees down, especially coming down off the mountain. Oh my lord, there was a lot. So many. But it was a good day. I actually enjoyed today. That's the first time I didn't enjoy yesterday. as much. Yesterday was okay. It was an alright day. The day before I didn't enjoy. The day before that I didn't enjoy. But today was definitely way more fun. I definitely enjoyed it. With all the niggles I got going on, I still enjoyed it. So it was good. Tent has dried quite well after me packing it frozen this morning. The ground sheet was really wet, but I got that dry when I got here. So everything is now bone dry, ready for condensation and wetness again tomorrow. Watch this space. But at the moment, everything is dry. Sun is just about gone, so it's about to cool off. So I'm going to shut you guys down. I'm going to eat my food, get myself warm, walk around the campsite, go chat to all the old people. That'll be what I do today. Alright, catch you later. See you.